lovelies, so it's the end of 2014. It's so strange, that means I've been on YouTube for about 6 months now. 2014 has been a huge year for me. Not only did I start my own YouTube channel, but I got back into reading in a huge way, and I went to VidCon. As you'll know, I don't really do monthly wrap-ups, so I thought I'd make a video about some of my favourite books of the year. I've only been classing books that I've read since June, which is when I started my Goodreads page. If you want to see my full top 10 of books I've read since about June, I'll make a Goodreads shelf of that on my Goodreads page, which I will link to in the doobly-doo below if you want to check that out. Just a quick disclaimer, these books are not necessarily all written in 2014, they're just books that I've read in 2014. So the book that is in 5th place is Between Shades of Grey by Ruta Sepetys. This book was phenomenal. To sum this book up, it is about a girl who is living in the Baltic states during the 1940s, and she and her family are deported to Siberia to work in labour camps. Although this story in particular isn't true, it is based off a lot of true stories and a lot of people's accounts of what happened to them during this period. A lot of people know about the Jewish concentration camps in Nazi Germany and Nazi Europe, but most people, including myself before I read this book, don't know about the deportation of people from the Baltic states into Russia. I think it's such an important book to educate yourself about the situation that I think a lot of people didn't realise happened. This book was so emotional and so interesting and so beautifully told. I would recommend it to anyone. I've not made a full video review of it, but I did do a full review of it on Goodreads if you want to check that out. The only book I can really liken it to is The Book Thief. If you have read it, please make sure to comment below so I know what you think about it, because I would really like to discuss this book with people because it was just incredible. Number 4 on the list is The Disreputable History of Frankie Lando Banks by E. Lockhart. It was actually, I think, the first book I read since I started Goodreads, and it blew me away. It's basically about this really strong-willed girl at boarding school, and there is a secret male society club, and she wants to join it, but she's told she's not allowed because she's female. So obviously Frankie does the only right thing to do and sneaks her way in. Frankie is very headstrong, she makes many mistakes, gets a lot of people in trouble, but it's a great book and she's so driven and ambitious and intelligent. Oh, this book was perfect, especially for someone who went to boarding school, and the kind of pranks and the situations that were there I really recognised from this. Also, I didn't realise that E. Lockhart was a big author until We Were Liars came out this summer, and then everyone was freaking out about it. I read We Were Liars after this and was expecting to love it, and I didn't like it as much as this. So if you liked We Were Liars, read this, because I personally think it's better. If you like any book with a strong female character actually or about boarding school, this book is for you. The book that comes in at 3rd place is The Fifth Wave by Rick Yancey. I know I'm a bit behind on this book, but I hadn't really seen it in the UK. This summer I went and bought it and I loved it. For those of you who don't know what this is about, it's about aliens coming down to Earth and basically wiping out the human population, and it's about 16-year-old girl Cassie who is surviving on her own. I know it sounds really dorky with aliens, but just trust me, it's not at all. I thought it was so smart. I loved the switching between characters. This book just had everything for me. It had the adventure, it had the romance, it had the fun, it had the fear. It just was so good. The book that comes in 2nd place was a book I didn't want to read because I thought it looked tacky, and then I read it and realised that I'm a book snob. And that is Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. Oh, this book! It's a romance set in Paris between an American and a Parisian boy at boarding school, and it's just, oh, it's so sweet. I loved this book. I know there are a lot of teenage romances out there that are cute and you like them, but this book, I don't know why, it was just so fantastic and I loved it so much. The setting of Paris is amazing and it's so well described. The romance is great, the characters are great, the character development is really good. If you have been one of those people like me who've been judging this book and not wanting to read it because you think it looks tacky, read it, it's so good. I cannot stress it enough. You will enjoy it, and if you don't enjoy it, I'm not sure we can be friends. And now we come to my favourite read of 2014, and that is Lola and the Boy Next Door by Stephanie Perkins. Yes, Stephanie Perkins made my top 2 spots. I read this before Anna and the French Kiss, and I loved it. I had just come back from San Francisco, so everything about San Francisco was perfect in this book. I loved the love interest Cricket. I thought he was just my kind of guy. I loved Lola's sense of style and her personality. I feel like I can really connect with Lola. I just loved everything about this story. I love Stephanie Perkins' book so much that I'm actually saving I Live Happily Ever After to read it when I really need it. I think when I'm feeling really down or having a bad month, that's when I'm going to dig into it. These are my top 5 books of the year. So be sure to let me know what you think in the comments below. Did any of these make your top 5? If these didn't make your top 5, what did? I would be really interested to know. Just to warn you now, this may be my last video for the next month. I'm about to hit exam season and I am in my last year of university, so I kind of have to take it seriously. So please don't hate me if it's all quiet on the NumptyParis front for the next month. Not to be sappy, but I hit 100 subscribers over the last couple of weeks and I just want to say how much I love and I appreciate all of you for watching me. You all have made the last 6 months of my year incredible and I'm so glad I started this channel. Anyway, I hope you all had a lovely Christmas time. As always, be sure to like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more of my face, and I'll see you all next time. Have a great new year, guys. Bye.